1% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in a Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the Hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters don't move. Whatever click you choose.
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down! Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that's me gassing right there on that intro, man. And if you want to get that song, it's available only on a 10-song EP purchased directly from me. Hit me up on my email at 16tolifemusic@gmail.com, Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle me $20, and I'm going to get it to you ASAP, man. Now, let's hop right up into this video. So lately, I see a lot of you guys notice that Damian Porter has not been uploading videos lately. So a lot of you guys have hit me up wondering what's going on with Damian, asking is he okay, so on and so forth. And yes, I spoke to him recently. He's doing okay. I decided to do a reaction to one of his videos. So in this video, Damian's going to be talking about he's in Corcoran and you have two brothers on the yard, except one of those brothers is a Crip and he runs with the Long Beach car, and the other brother is a Blood and he runs with the Bloods. And while they was on that yard together, you had a very interesting dilemma come up. And so let's hop right into this video.
And this story takes us to Corcoran State Prison, circa 1995. I was there on CR. And so was Psych from Insane. It may have been, I believe it was Mike, Psycho Mike. He was ready for the magazines. Dark skinned, swole, and sliced all the way up, cut up. Psych typically mind his own business there on the yard. He was indeed the shot caller for the Long Beach car. Psych had been down for some time. And you can find him on a little concrete slab by himself every morning, working out tediously, relentlessly, and faithfully every single morning. And when he was done with his workout, he would go back into the building. He did not frolic around on the yard or socialize with many people whatsoever. Also, from Long Beach on the yard, he was not from Insane, but a Long Beach Crip gang, but still a part of the Long Beach car. Some dude may have been from Corner Pocket or something.
Now, throughout the course of the video, he says Corner Pocket. Corner Pocket is actually a hood in Compton. What I think he means is Four Corner Hustlers, which is a Crip gang out in Long Beach. So I believe that's what he means.
Corner Block or Corner Pocket. I believe he was from Corner Pocket. Corner Block or Corner Pocket, whichever one it is in Long Beach. Okay. And his brother, the dude from Corner Pocket, his brother was a Blood. And he was on the yard as well. Now, this happens often. I know of many situations where brothers have been in a cell together. Blood brothers. Got the same mother, same father. It's been situations where father and son, unfortunately, the pain that must cause to be in a cell in prison with your own child.
I seen those same situations as well. I also seen two brothers who was in the cell, and one was a Blood and one was a Crip, And the dude who was a blood, his homies didn't want him to be in the cell with the Crip. I guess they felt that, if something was to jump off, he may relay some information back to the Crip or whatever, which was definitely a legitimate concern. But anyway, let's get into this.
You must feel like you couldn't stop him from coming to prison, couldn't stop yourself, and couldn't stop your own offspring from coming to prison. It just must be a debilitating feeling, I would suppose. But there have been many brothers that have been there on the yard together, and this was no different. Well, perhaps the difference being that one was a blood and one was a Crip. The blood, the brother of the dude from Long Beach, from Corner Pocket, was sort of reckless on the yard. Light skinned, with short hair. He was from up north somewhere. I don't even recall where he was from, but he was a blood from up north. But that was really his brother. One was from up north and one was from Long Beach. And the blood on the yard was constantly finding himself drawing the ire of his comrades, constantly involved in infractions which on a level 4 yard he would have been removed from. But here on a level 3 in Corcoran, he was able to get away with a lot of these things that he was doing. I don't know all of the particulars about what he was doing, but many people were complaining about his recklessness.
Now I'm just sitting back here wondering real quick because if I'm pretty sure there were several people on that yard who knew these two individuals as brothers, and I'm wondering if it got back to the Crip at some point that his brother was running around reckless, doing things that could endanger his safety. Because if so, it definitely was an obligation of his brother to let him know, hey man, even though I'm a Crip, man, you have to tighten your game up because I don't want to see you hurt on this yard, knowing how prison is. So I wonder if he ever took the time to do that, or if it ever had came to his attention.
One time, I saw his homeboys over there by the benches, by the bleachers, checking him. It was about 5 of them, and they was on him. They wasn't swinging on him, but they was on him like, bro, it's going to be this, blood. Woo. He's like, all right, blood, that's what it is. All right, cool. So he was constantly getting to it with his homies. And then one day, come to find out, he had some dealings with a dude from Six Deuce Diamond. With an illegal substance. And he wasn't paying up. And so the time had come. His homeboys had enough of him and said that they were going to DP him. Not necessarily a removal, but they was going to whoop on him. They got him over there by the same bleachers and began to whoop on him, about 4 bloods. They was whooping on the dude for being reckless and not paying his debt. His brother from Long Beach, from Corner Pocket, he came over in the vicinity seeing his brother being attacked. Perhaps his brother had already told him, man, these dudes about to try to get me or whatever. I don't know. But he looked up and saw what was going on. And he made his way over to that direction and pulled out a knife. He didn't swing the knife, didn't use the knife, but he pulled out a knife. He had one right there in his pocket, and he pulled it out like, man, y'all get up off my brother.
Now, that was a huge mistake, according to prison protocol, right? First and foremost, and I don't even know which one is more okay, I'm going to go with the knife pulling. First and foremost, though, you never get into another car's business. If it's not the car or the collective that you function with, then you have no right to go over there and make demands on any type of politicking they got going on. And then the second thing, like I say, which is probably more important than the first, you never pull any type of weapon on a person in prison if you don't plan to use it, and especially just pulling out a knife to threaten the individual. So he made 2 grave mistakes by prison protocol in going over there trying to intercede on his brother's behalf.
But he's a Crip. He's from Long Beach. He's from Corner Pocket. And these are bloods. This is really blood business. This is Damu business. They're taking care of someone who has transgressed against the rule, who has flouted the protocols, and now his day has come. So they're taking care of him. This is their business. However, this is his brother. And it's going to be hard to tell anyone not to come and defend their brother that they grew up with, that they saw when they was 5 years old, that they've been fighting for and fighting with since they was 5 and 6 years old. This is his blood brother. Nevertheless, you a Crip, and these are Bloods. They are whooping on your brother. They are DPing him for whatever his infraction was. But that's still their business. And you have no right coming to get involved being a Crip, even though this is your brother. And certainly not pulling out a weapon on some Bloods and then not using it. But that's what he did. His emotions that got the best of him. He saw his brother being attacked, brother over there leaking. His brother was fighting back, but he didn't have much of a chance. It was 4 or 5 dudes on him, whooping him right there in the yard, getting away with it.
Now, Damien, so far at least, he hasn't said how old the brothers was. I would just be curious to know how old they were. You know, in my opinion, I'm taking it that they were relatively young, because despite the fact that that was his brother, I mean, you know, prison protocol just demands that you stay in the business of your collective. And so maybe I'm just thinking that those individuals were young and they wasn't well versed in how prison goes.
This happens in Corcoran. And his brother came over there and figured he better stop this. Try to scare him off, put out his thing, man, bag up off my bro, or whatever, because nobody else is stopping it. They about to unalive my brother out here. The way they whooping on him, let me come over here and stop this shit. So he went over there and drew down. Get up off my brother. In the blood.
Okay, and I know a couple of people is out there was like, dang, chill, you just gonna sit up there and let somebody whoop on your brother? And I was gonna say, you know, it's nothing but a few fists, and as long as they're not stabbing him, you know, because at the end of the day, man, he chose his path. His brother chose his path, you know, and you just can't go over there and, like I say, get into the politics of someone else, you know. Now Damien is going on to say that they was whooping on his brother pretty bad, and so for one main reason, you know, the Crip dude cannot go over there and try to save his brother. We got to keep in mind that the Crip is from Long Beach. Now, depending on what prison that you're at, right, inside the Long Beach card, you're going to have the Insanes. You may have the Rolling 20s. You may have a bunch of different Crip sets. You know, I've seen different yards have different Crip sets from Long Beach functioning in the car. And so when you go over there and you get in their business, now you are potentially putting all your homeboys at risk, who definitely don't want to be over there fighting or getting into it behind a blood. You know what I'm saying? Behind your brother, who's a blood, who's not even in this car. So by prison protocol and by prison standards, that dude is 100% wrong.
It's like, man, blood, you tripping, blood. This our business. This our homeboy. Like, that's my brother. Like, this our homeboy, though. He in our car. And he's doing things that's going to cause harm to our car, not your car. Your brother or not. Okay, we going to holler at your people, man. You done lost your mind. So they go holler at Psych, who again, I believe was Psycho Mike, or it might have just been Psycho from Insane, Big Psych. They go holler at him and explain the situation. We over here DPing our own homie for being reckless. Your homie from Long Beach come over here and draw a weapon on us, bro, while we over here trying to DP our homie. And Psych like, what? Like, yeah. Because of course it can go up, right? It should have went up right then and there. They had all rights to attack the Crip that had pulled out a weapon on him. They could have stabbed him up, and they didn't have to come to Psych and say anything. It could have just went up. They could have just plotted and planned, had their sinister machinations, and came out and put in the work.
And once again, yeah, you know, just the magnitude of that mistake that he made can't be spoke on enough. Like he said, you know, they could have went in there, they could have planned, they could have plotted, they could have came out and just attacked the whole Long Beach car, unbeknownst to them possibly what was even going on if the brother who was a Crip didn't go back and report what he had done to his homies, which maybe he possibly may not have because it was wrong to begin with. So unless you guys have been to prison, you don't necessarily understand the danger that individual who went over there and tried to save his brother, the danger he put his whole car in. He put them in a lot of danger.
But instead, out of respect for Syke and the Long Beach car, they came out and let Syke know what had transpired. That this dude needs to be dealt with immediately. Syke, of course, being a soldier, he agreed. This dude has transgressed against a powerful rule and protocol to mind your own business and your car's business, regardless of the fact that this is your brother. Sorry about what's happening to him, but you cannot get involved. The next day we come out onto the yard. Syke did not waste any time, as he was known to do, to get straight to business. We all knew what was about to go down on the yard by now. The word had spread like wildfire that a Crip had put a weapon on a blood over his brother, over a situation that he essentially had nothing to do with other than the fact that this was his brother. And now it's tension on the yard, and something must go down, and it must go down now, or else it's going to go up. Everyone has faith in Syke. They know the history of this monster, that he is prone to violence and has a propensity to put people in their place. Everyone knows what to expect come yard time. And Syke, well, he did not disappoint. Immediately, it was me and a homie Big Black, rest in peace, from 107 Hoover, was on the yard. As I said before, my groove dog, my ace boom Capone. You didn't see me without him, and vice versa, on Corcoran CR in 1995. And we come out to the yard, and Big Black like, Syke finna get this dude. The Long Beach car finna get this dude, period. They finna smash this dude. I said, I know. So we watching. We over there by the basketball court. Syke coming out of the 5 building. And the dude is coming out of the 3 building, corner block. So they about to clash. They meet right there by 4 block. And Syke get right off on him. Bing, bing, bing. Drop him. Dragged him over there. They had big trash cans on the yard at the time. And Syke dragged him over there behind the trash can so as to hide from the police, from the gun tower. And was wailing on him. Dude was on the ground, corner pocket. He couldn't get up. Lurking was his brother, the blood, the Damu, who was coming around the track and now had caught wind and witnessed what was going on with his brother. Your brother's over here getting DP'd because he put a weapon on your homeboys who was attacking you.
Now, of course, by the brother who's now being attacked helped him the other day, of course he feels an obligation to go over there and help his brother. And once again, he's committing another act because now he's essentially doing the same thing that his brother done, basically involving himself in someone else's politics. Someone else, of course, who has a different rag than he sports. So, there's no way he's supposed to go over there and try to help out his brother either. But of course he's going to because, him and his brother are pushing like that. And of course his brother came and helped him the day before. So, they have that bond. They're going to say to hell with, prison protocol and, do what they feel they should do as brothers.
That's why he's getting this DP right now. And he sees the DP and he decides, like his brother had decided, to come and save him and help him, that he's about to come in and help his brother. After all, I'm the reason that my brother's getting DP. Or you can say that he's the reason himself because he came and put a knife. No one told him to do that. But it's the fact that I was getting whooped on and he felt like he had to come and help his brother. And so he pulled that weapon, and a Long Beach car ain't having that. you can start a whole riot with the Bloods over pulling a weapon on them over your brother. They pissed. Psych is pissed. They smashing him out. They finna get rid of him. He about to get out to you. This is a removal. This is not a DP. The brother, he's walking up. He catches wind. He sees his brother over there struggling for survival. And he attacks from the back. He runs up on sight. But it's a couple of Long Beach dudes right there. And out there on the yard, in front of the building, right next to the door, oftentimes you'll see brooms and mops. People are letting the mops dry out. So you go outside in front of the door and hang them right there on the side of the door. So they got mop sticks out here and brooms. And dude from Long Beach, he's upset, he's pissed that Psych is being attacked from the back by this dude that's a Blood and has nothing to do with their DP, with the fact that they're disciplining their homeboy for this same reason, for getting involved in the Bloods business. Now, as their DP and they homeboy, here come his brother getting involved, a Blood, and rush Psych from the back. Dude from Long Beach, he's incensed, outraged, looking for anything. He sees the mop right there and he grabs it and starts wailing on the Blood with the mop. Bam, bam, hit him upside the head 2 or 3 times. You can see the blood gushing out. The blood went down, grabbing his head. Hit the ground. Oh, bam, yeah, all bad. And then he kept hitting him with the mop until the police said, everybody down in the yard, and came and got him up off of him. Because if they had not have done that, it could have been all bad for old boy, because they had lost it. The Long Beach car had lost it at that point. Now they stumping out corner block or corner pocket, whatever. They stumping him out because his brother then came to help. They got involved in their business and their DP, and they pissed. Like, man, your brother tripping, bro. We deep, you are a homie. The same thing the Bloods was saying. So they really taking out on him that he couldn't control his brother, and allowed his brother to come and get involved in Long Beach business. And they on the Blood, and no Bloods came to help. I don't even think the Bloods for a while had recognized what was going on. Wheelo from PDL was on the yard. My boy from Inglewood family was on the yard. They had some soldiers on the yard, some Damoons that was some soldiers. These dudes were not cowards, bro, whatsoever. They was putting in that work. So they were not scared. They thought the Long Beach car was just over there DPing their boy for getting involved, which was the situation at first. They didn't even know. The Blood moved so fast and just ran over there and started swinging. They didn't know until it was, everything happened so fast, they didn't know until it was over that it was their boy down there leaking. I'm not sure how much they would have got involved anyway, because he was in the wrong. Going to get involved in Crip business, even though this is his brother. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me know what you think in the comments. Isn't this a tough one? Because this is your brother. From another hood, this really your brother, though. Your brother. You love him. He loves you. This your brother. But he over here on the prison yard, y'all both on the prison yard, and he getting whooped on. For whatever reason. For a legitimate reason, let's say. From his homeboys, you know he from a different hood. Y'all from different hoods. He got his homeboy, he got his car. He got shit he got to deal with his structure. And whatever his structure dictates, that's what it is. The structure dictates at this juncture that you're getting your ass whooped. Is he right for coming to get involved, pulling a weapon to get these dudes up off his brother? Because it pretty much worked. Because they stopped whooping on his brother. Like, man, we finna go holler at your homeboy. You know, whoa. They could have just smashed him, but they wouldn't holler at Psych, like I said. Was the Blood then wrong for coming back over there, getting involved in Crip business and trying to help his brother who's over there on the ground getting smashed out by his own homies for this very reason, for going to get involved in something that didn't have anything to do with him or with his car, with his faction, with his comrades? It had something to do with your family, with your brother, but it had nothing to do with our car. You were here banging a certain hood. And that's who your loyalty is to behind these walls. But again, they are brothers. One brother came to save one, and he came back to save him. And it led to a lot of stuff. Who was right in this situation? Who was wrong? I don't know. I really don't. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I think once again, you may have some individuals out there saying, come on, chill, man. You're going to sit back and watch your brother get beat up, but once again, it's just fist. And also, more importantly than that, like a lot of times when my homies hit the yard, because I used to function with a collective known as the IE, the Inland Empire. And inside that collective, you have a bunch of different cities. The Inland Empire is 2 counties, Riverside County, San Bernardino County, and maybe about 70 or 80 different cities within those counties, right? So from any given moment, you can have a bunch of different individuals inside that collective in prison if they choose to function as a dude from the Inland Empire. And when my homies would pull up, man, I would take them on long walks and talk to them and tell them, hey, homie, listen, you got to do your time like a soldier, because if you mess up, it's going to fall on me to do something to you. The same way if I mess up, it's going to fall on you to do something to me. So in order to prevent that, homie, we gonna do what we know we supposed to do, right? And so that was a situation right there. The dude was a blood and he functioned with the Bloods. And so by the Crip going over there to help his brother, he put his homeboys at a lot of risk. He potentially put them at risk to be harmed. He potentially put them at a risk to even get into a melee with the Bloods, because once again, the Bloods, of course, were not happy when this individual came over there to try to save his brother, period. Much less pulling out a knife on some dudes that are doing what they have a right, according to prison protocol, to do. If they feel that a member of their collective gets out of line and he needs to be DP'd, which is discipline, then that's what they're going to do, right? So by you guys choosing different sides of the rag or wherever you grew up or whatever, you don't have the right to intervene in the going-ons of another car, regardless of who it involves, okay? I understand if they in there stabbing your brother, you want to say, okay, man, I'm not going to let these dudes stab my brother, whatever, but just a couple, just fists and the dude being punched on, that goes on every day. The same way I'm sure he wouldn't have wanted to get into it had one of his homeboys had a brother on the yard who was a blood, because you're gonna have a lot of dudes feel like, hey, even though he's black, man, that dude is a blood. I'm a Crip. That ain't my business. I'm not just to go over there and fight for that situation. And so it is what it is, man. Anyway, man, a lot of people, like I said, have been asking me what's up with Damien, where he is, and so on and so forth. Is he okay? Yes, I spoke to him a few times. I spoke to him a few times since he's took his hiatus from YouTube, but I spoke to him a couple of days ago. He's free and he'll be back. And once he comes back, of course, I'll let him explain if he chooses to the nature of his disappearance. But a lot of people are concerned with him. They was wondering what's up with him. And since so many people had been asking about him, I wanted to do a reaction to one of his videos. Anyway, man, you already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.
Them crackers let me out the gate, now the pressure's on. We about to get this shit straight like a pressing comb. The wrong cat to get aggressive on. I bring the bitch up out of niggas while you think they got them dresses on. My reach long and that's the best type. To have some dirty white boys come and smoke you like a meth pipe. And leave your chest bright red like a fire truck. Kicking your mom's door at night, nigga, and tie her up. I'm wild as fuck and I'm respected by the new youth. I put this pistol in their ear like a Bluetooth. I blow their brains on their new coupe. And have red everywhere just like a function full of soup boots. Tell your troops I deal with beef like a butcher. My 4-5 pump more guys than Ashton Kutcher. Line pusher, quick to bury your clown. Nigga, I stayed in the park like the merry-go-round. Get it?
That gang greasy bitch, that gang need me. Oh, you niggas don't know my name. That gang greasy bitch, that gang need me. I'm out here doing my thing. That gang greasy bitch, that gang need me. I swerve in my own lane. That gang greasy bitch, that gang need me. nigga and ain't shit gonna change.
I shook the coward on his hook cause it was hustle time. Only buster that you'll see me fucking with is Busta Rhymes. You spoken meth and doing lines like a dope fiend. Living foul, telling lies, hide behind a smoke screen. I'm trying to get rich by any means, except for turning to a bitch, being a snitch, or rocking skinny jeans. And a couple other things I disagree with. A lot of y'all tripping me, I'm sticking with this G shit. My heat spit, I get loony with the rifle. Riding by myself like I'm on a unicycle. I'm bad like Michael, no Randy, no Tito. I never been a bitch and I can put that on me though. First nigga trip, I'm on his ass like a Speedo. My 4-5 clapped and it's a rap, burrito. I leave you in a fetal position, I spark fast. I'm just trying to get green like the east side park grass. And the march don't ask if I might clap. I had life and now I'm home and they don't like that. I'm right back like I left something. Like I told your bitch to hold my dope sack and she kept something. Bet something if you think I left the strap at home. That bitch stayed with the kid like a chaperone. And I'm prone to put my mask on and spin the block. Hit my target spinning round. That's how you change round the ops. Laying down, call the cops. Now it's lots of yellow tape. I'll never box my op unless they pay me what Canelo make. I'm a shooter, boy. I blaze shit up for Carmelo's sake. Niggas talking, acting tough, but sweeter than some yellow cake. I don't take one bite. Play with me, gunfight. A nigga come for me on mama's cuz he better come right. If not, seal casket. No more sunlight. Smoke shop. Yeah, I got way more than one pipe. You will never fuck with me. Pussy, you the nun type. You report shit after it happened, walk the crunch kite. I'm a mentor or instructor, sensei. A nigga who was really in the field like Kunta Kinte.
The game greasy, bitch, they can't need me.
When you died, so did a part of my heart. It hurt me to the point that I don't even know where to start. Literally tore me apart. It turned my whole world dark and took my breath away. I still remember every single part like it was yesterday. My mind blank, my body numb, my chest tight. Hoping God receive you and he view you in his best light, so your soul can rest right, no suffering. While I'm stuck down here, man, my pain constantly going like it's buffering. Emotions steady shuffling, I'm riding around. My whole world is upside down. I keep feeling I'm about to drown, and I don't care about the lifeguard. Not having you in my life made life hard. The rest of my life scarred, emotionally and mentally. I never realized just how much you truly meant to me. The pain trapped me like the penitentiary. I miss you every day, you pray we meet again eventually. I don't really think that I'ma be okay. I miss you so much and I got so much to say. I've been really out of touch since God took you away. If I could book a flight to heaven, I would book it today. I don't really think that I'ma be okay. I miss you so much and I got so much to say. I've been really out of touch since God took you away. If I could book a flight to heaven, I would book it today. I often talk to the skies, hoping you hearing my voice. Every time that I do, my eyes get moist. I try to rejoice knowing that you up in heaven and take comfort in the words that was spoken by the reverend. But I always need Excedrin cause them thoughts give me a migraine. Only having you alive again will cancel my pain. Jesus, peace on my chain, I had to remove it. Too many questions for him, mentally I'm about to lose it. So I dive into my music and I hope somehow you hear it. Knowing that you gone to just decay into my spirit got me stress hurting, period, to the point I wanna scream. Only peace is when I'm sleeping, then I see you in my dreams. And we talking and I swear it really seems like you here. I wake up and you not, I be so hot I shed a tear. If I could whisper in God's ear, I beg with all my might. Build an airport up in heaven, man, I need to book a flight. I don't really think that I'ma be okay. I miss you so much and I got so much to say. I've been really out of touch since God took you away. If I could book a flight to heaven, I would book it today. I don't really think that I'ma be okay. I miss you so much and I got so much to say. I've been really out of touch since God took you away. If I could book a flight to heaven, I would book it today.